Looking to turn up the heat in your relationship this holiday? Lovers has the perfect pleasure presents with early Black Friday deals that are as nice or as naughty as you are. Save up to 60% on the sexiest holiday gifts. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Every industry, every job site, any challenge. Purple Wave's upcoming December 5th construction auction has the Caterpillar equipment to tackle it all. We make it easy to connect, inspect, and bid, ensuring you can find the right equipment that's ready to go to work for you. The equipment is ready to inspect at our partner Copart's yard in your area. Bidding ends December 5th at purplewave.com. The easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment. purplewave.com.
Black Friday week is here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the home, like vacuums, bedding, and home decor. You'll have money left over for those sweet handbells you've had your eye on. Or that standing mixer to whip up some holiday cookies. Oh, what fun it is to save. Black Friday week is here with deals up to 35% off.
Places, please. The Daly Migs Show is on deck. Guitars plugged in. Drums ready to go. Chickens. Other animals. And action. This is the Daly Migs Show on The Rock with Taryn Daly and Steve Migs.
While listening to the Daly Migs Show, please refrain from any unnecessary finger gesturing.
99.9 KISW.
Good morning, Rockaholics. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Happy Monday to you. Walked in this morning and noticed that the building had been decorated for Christmas.
I didn't even notice that.
Yeah.
Where?
Do they normally decorate this early?
No, it's usually after Thanksgiving.
The building, not our station.
No, the building.
Oh, okay. Because I was like, I walked in, I thought I saw, I didn't even notice that the building was the...
Wow. You didn't see the garland hanging over the elevators?
No, it was too early at that point.
Trees adorning the front?
No, I didn't miss that too.
Santa Claus giving out hugs and kisses?
I thought that the security guy looked a little different today.
Holly and Jolly?
I was like, I'm sitting on a guy's lap that I'm not used to sitting on.
Giving you comfort and joy.
Yes.
Well, I guess maybe if the building has decorated, that I get the green light. Can I decorate now?
You know what? Screw it. Who cares anymore? Do it.
Do what I want.
Yeah.
I'm gonna feel
put up
Holly
your decorations if you want.
All right, deal.
Yeah, I think we're actually going to put them up. Usually we wait till the day after Thanksgiving. I think that's just the day that my wife's like, no, we got to wait. But even she's just like, I think I want to put the decorations up maybe like a week or a week and a half before Thanksgiving, if that's cool with you. I'm like, I don't give an F. Let's go.
It.
Yeah. Am I going to be the Grinch?
No.
No.
Let's inform the Rockaholics.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download.
AKA the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And the DMD is brought to you by Palace Lawn. Today is a very special day, I believe, for one member of our show. And I'm going to put him on the spot. Today is National Mickey Mouse Day, and our resident Disney fan, Disney freak. I think we all like Disney, but Danny is definitely the biggest Disney freak of the four of us.
I do have the tattoos.
You do. Share with us your favorite Mickey Mouse fact.
My favorite Mickey Mouse fact.
Yes, I'm putting you on the spot. I know you had a late night with Rise Against. Your brain's probably not fully functioning, but if you're a true Disney freak, you'll have something to say.
I honestly feel like my favorite part about Mickey Mouse was that Disneyland, it all started with a mouse. That's the whole, motto. Wow. Because, Mickey Mouse, you get it.
I was hoping for a little bit more, but you know what? We'll take it.
You know what? It's Monday. That's all you're getting this morning.
As good as it gets. You know, I don't care because the Seahawks won yesterday, and that's all that freaking matters. Geno Smith, Seattle Seahawks, big dramatic 20-17 come from behind victory with just seconds left in the game. If you missed how the game ended, of course we need to remind you.
Under 20, Smith back to throw. Smith takes off. Geno Smith, end zone ahead. Touchdown, Seattle.
That's right. You can't get intercepted if you're not throwing the ball.
Right.
All you have to do is run it in. That was freaking amazing. He did have one terrible interception, but you know what? We'll only give him a pass. Otherwise, I thought he played a pretty damn good game. It was a tough game against the San Francisco 49ers, which I think is what we always expect in a divisional rival. But now the Seahawks are tied for second place, granted with everybody in the NFC West, but they are tied for second place. And up next, the team that's in first, which is the Arizona Cardinals. So this Sunday, the destiny is in our hands.
Oh, let's go Hawks.
And after the game, he did talk to Pam Oliver about his performance.
Oh, man, I got to catch my breath a little bit, but it took everybody, man. Everybody played great. Thought the defense was phenomenal. I thought our offensive line played great, man. Olu stepped in there and did his thing. How about it, man? How about it? We needed to get this win, and we did. I think our team, we showed a lot of fight. We showed a lot of heart, especially there at the end, man. It's great. I love when the ball's in my hand at the end of the game, man. What more could you ask for?
You want them on your back.
Yeah, put it on my back. Put the ball in my hands.
Put it on his back, baby. You're talking about Olu, who filled in for Connor Williams, who just unexpectedly decided to retire over the weekend.
Yeah, that was kind of shocking.
Well, at least they made the announcement on Friday. He was the center. But, yeah, he did a good job minus that one weird snap. But I think that was more of just like a nice little tribute to Connor Williams. It was like a little shout-out, like, hey, you were good at this, so I'm going to throw the ball over Gino's head, too.
Same.
It was just a touching tribute, you guys. I don't know why you're laughing.
There are a series of winter storms expected to hit western Washington. Big-time snowfall is going to be hitting the mountain passes, and that's going to pose challenges for drivers that have to go over those passes. The North Cascades Highway is currently closed, and there are chain requirements in effect for Snoqualmie Pass. But if you're a skier, this is great news because those ski resorts are anticipated to get 1 to 2 feet of snow. So
it's cold as hell. The traffic's terrible, but if you're a skier, good news.
You're probably going to hit the mountains pretty soon. I think some of them are expected to open this week, next week, if there's not too much rainfall.
I did want to go back to football for a second. Just give a quick shout out to Detroit Lions wide receiver Jameson Williams, who did the greatest thing ever as he paid tribute to Marshawn Lynch's iconic Beast Quake celebration after he scored a touchdown. He grabbing my ding-ding. He grabbed his ding-ding exactly how Marshawn Lynch did it, and I just thought that was freaking hilarious.
Legendary. Well, Danny is rubbing a little salt in the wound this morning, wearing his New Mexico hat because they
baby. What happened, Karen?
Embarrassed the Cougars on Saturday. And the crazy thing is I couldn't even watch the game because I was at an event and then I was driving home from that event, so I was listening on the radio and I was screaming at my radio. It was very, very, very disappointing.
What happened?
They just fell apart. The third quarter, 17 unanswered points from the Lobos. So it was crazy.
I saw a stat that the Lobos haven't beaten a ranked team in like 20 years, 21 years.
Taryn told me that this game was happening last week, and I was like, wait, is it football or basketball? She said football, and I was like, oh, can I put my money on WSU? They were 8-1. New Mexico was 4-6.
Yeah.
And we were watching the beginning of that game, let me tell you, and I was like, there is absolutely no way New Mexico is going to do anything. We left, and then I checked the score when I'm at a show, and they won. I was like, oh my God, I have to text Taryn right now.
I couldn't believe it until the next day. I just assumed that I was like, I'm not even going to bother watching this game. Like, who gives a crap? Like, this is just like a practice game for the Cougs.
All the little Coug groups that I'm in on Facebook, everybody was just losing their minds. People are very disappointed, including myself.
Well, good news for you, though. The Huskies, they won. So they secured bowl eligibility, so that's nice.
Good for them.
Yes. Kraken, man, they were on a 4-game winning streak, took on the Rangers. They have yet to beat the New York Rangers ever. Since the team started. They were like 6-0-1 against the Kraken, and the winning ways continued yesterday as the Rangers beat them 2-0. Jonathan Quick had a shutout, second in a row for him, ending the 4-game winning streak for the Kraken. The Kraken conclude their 6-game homestand. That's going to be Wednesday against Nashville. Monday Night Football is tonight. You can watch the Dallas Cowboys take on the Houston Texans, or not. I mean, you're doing it. I'm not here to tell you what to do.
Live your life.
Weather is 45 degrees and cloudy. That is the DMD, and that's what's up. And looking at the text messages real quick.
Oh, no.
Somebody did have a fact about Mickey Mouse. Mortimer Mouse is Mickey's original name, and he later became a character on the show.
Oh.
There you go.
I thought, what about Steamboat Willie? Was that not Mickey Mouse?
No,
that was the show.
That was the show with Steamboat Willie. Okay.
I don't know who Willie is, though.
No, he was like playing a character.
Like the captain.
Oh, he was acting?
I believe so, yeah. It all started with a mouse, Steve.
It did.
And Josh texted and said, my wife and I just decorated for Christmas yesterday. Go, Taryn, go.
Let's do it. A member of our show was flipped off and cursed out by our big boss and also an 8-year-old. We're going to tell you what happened at 6:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whenever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout experience as business powerhouses like Alo, Allbirds, and Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
On Friday night, Danny and Sarah went to SOS Pro Wrestling in Tacoma to see you wrestle, Migs.
It was awesome. It was so great. I didn't get to see them in the crowd because it was so packed and it was just like, it's hard with all the lights. But then afterwards I found them and it was awesome to see both of them there. And also our boss was there too, which was pretty cool. But I think the best way to sum up the night is through the eyes of an 8-year-old child. This girl by the name of Lenora, who's there with her dad, Jason. Shout out to Jason, who's a big fan of the show. Awesome dude. And Lenora was hilarious and just a sweet kid. Although Sarah and I did chat with her after my big win, where I definitely did not cheat to win the match.
Okay.
100% fair win. Sarah, we just finished SOS Pro Wrestling.
We sure did.
And I'm here with what seems to be my most, I wouldn't say my supporter. What's the opposite of a supporter?
A hater.
Thank you, Sarah. So, keeping it very blunt.
Always.
Yes, Lenora, did you think I did a good job tonight?
No.
Were you rooting for me?
No.
Why don't you like me?
Because you're bad.
I'm bad? You were booing me?
Yeah. Didn't you see my signs?
What did your sign say?
I'm not done. Ask my dad.
Says Steve Migs. Yes.
In the hands of an 8-year-old?
In the hands of an 8-year-old, there was a sign that said F Steve Migs. Granted, there was a lot of signs that said that. They were being handed out at the front door, apparently.
Oh, my gosh.
And Jason gave one to his child, which was very nice of him. Lenora! How old are you, Lenora? 8. You shouldn't be saying that word.
I didn't even say it.
That's a very solid point. She didn't say it. She just held a sign that said it. But you were thinking it.
Yeah.
She definitely threw up middle fingers.
You gave me a middle finger? I don't know what to say, Sarah. This is very disrespectful.
I have never agreed more with an 8-year-old in my life than tonight. I agree.
You better be good next time.
I'll try.
What, Steve?
I love that little girl.
And she's doing like the fingers on her eyes and pointing them at me. I'm watching you.
Also, Sarah, what happened to your voice?
Okay, it's still kind of on the struggle bus.
Oh, boy.
Sarah was having a lot of fun, let's just say.
I was, and I'm really good at saying F Steve Migs to Steve Migs. So that's what happened.
But I think the highlight of it all was that our big boss, like the main dude, Dave, he came out and I thought that was awesome. And he's 6'7"? Yeah. He's a tall dude. So in a sea of people, I can see him.
Oh, boy.
So I'm in the ring doing my stuff, and I look out, and there's our boss, who, is a very serious dude, and I'm in spandex, and I'm getting cursed out. There's children flipping me off, and I've never seen him happier. And he's holding what I believe was a sign made by Sarah, a giant cardboard sign that also said F Steve Migs. So there's my boss holding a sign that says F Steve Migs. I'm like, okay, he couldn't be a better boss. I mean, in all seriousness, I was like, that is pretty freaking awesome that A, he came out, and B, he was having such a good time, and C, he had that, which I'm sending to Human Resources.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. My favorite part was that Sarah was freaking out about her sign before the show because she put F-U Steve Migs. And she's like, I didn't realize that it was just supposed to be F Steve Migs. Should I pull off the U? And she was like freaking out. And I was like, Sarah, it's okay.
I also had the one that said Steve Migs sucks. And so I gave the option to our boss, which one he wanted to hold, and he chose the F you, Steve Migs.
He chose the F-bomb.
Yeah. I was like, that's what's up, Dave.
That makes me pretty happy.
It was pretty awesome.
So, and that was his first wrestling experience?
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like, way to support your staff by coming out to see a show where everyone's chanting F the person that you're going to see.
Just jumping in with both feet. I love it.
And shout out to the commentary team. They gave a nice little nod to the show.
Yeah, they did.
As Migs digging into his vest, you got to think the hand of God.
That's a pair of brass knuckles that allegedly were on my hand.
Allegedly.
They're called the hand of God.
I'll tell you what, Taryn Daly would never do something like that. You don't know Taryn Daly. Danny would never do something like that. Sarah probably.
Pretty much nailed that one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, I'm excited that our boss was there. I'm sorry I missed it.
Honestly, that kind of made my night. I was like, that's freaking cool that, he didn't have to come out. And the fact that he did, that's like, so often we always hear about like people complaining about their bosses and yeah, my boss sucks. My boss is this. I'm like, yeah, we're pretty lucky. We got a pretty awesome boss. And I'd imagine rockaholics out there also have bosses that rule and that have done really cool things as well.
206-803-ROCK. Why does your boss rule? Give us a call now. 206-803-ROCK, and we will take your calls about your bosses after Guns N' Roses.
Yes, the Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, we want to know, why does your boss rule? Give us a call, 206-803-ROCK. Mike in Port Orchard, tell us what makes your boss so awesome.
Hello, Mike. Mike.
Right here. Hello?
Are you
what's
talking
up,
to
dude?
an animal?
Yes, I'm here.
All right, tell us about your boss.
Hello.
Tell us about your boss.
He's super awesome. He always gives me time off whenever I need it. He always lets me go to metal shows whenever I want. For example, he gave me this Friday off so I can go see Devil Wears Prada in Tacoma.
Nice.
Where are they playing in Tacoma?
They're playing at the Temple Theater on the 22nd.
Has your boss ever gone to a show with you?
No.
That's the next step. We got to make that happen.
That would be awesome. I've invited him a couple times.
Your phone's totally crap. You should have your boss buy you a new phone. If he's really an awesome boss, he'll get you a new phone so you can call the radio stations and be heard better.
Oh, poor guy.
Somebody texted in and said, my boss rules because in the middle of the pandemic when I was going through a divorce and couldn't refinance my home, she bought my loan from my bank.
Whoa.
That's next level.
That is next level.
Now I just pay her every month. No banks are involved.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, but I'd be worried if I screw up on the job and she's like, all right, give me your house.
Oh, no.
Time to move out. Another person said, not my current boss, but an old boss used to start randomly singing all the time. One day he did Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast all the way through. First chorus. It was awesome.
That is pretty impressive.
Yeah. What about you? I mean, besides our current situation, do you have a boss that you remember being like, that boss was freaking awesome?
I mean, I guess I've had a lot of really great bosses over the years, but I had one back in high school that when we worked at the Naughty Car Wash that would always play the best pranks on people.
No, in all fairness, it wasn't like you guys did naughty things to people at the car wash. It wasn't
we were
like
just degenerates working at a car wash.
There wasn't an FBI sting where going on. You were just stealing money from the car wash.
It was sometimes, occasionally.
Yeah.
But our boss at that time was
The
always
naughty car wash.
was great at pranking people, and I love a good prank. I love when people get scared, and that boss was like next level. Would always do good scares. Do you like to be scared or not to be scared?
No. That's the last thing I feel like doing. Sometimes, like, my Tatum likes to try and scare me. Like, thankfully, she's not very good at it.
Oh, yeah.
But one day she will be, and I think that's going to be when we have an issue with each other.
Oh,
because
God.
she'll, like, try and hide, but she'll, like, warn me. She's like, don't go into the bedroom.
Oh.
And I'm like, well, okay, I guess that's where she's hiding. And I walk in the bedroom, and then she screams boo. And I'm like, oh, I couldn't believe you were in here.
You're a great actor,
Yeah.
Steve.
Thanks for the heads up.
206-803-ROCK. Why does your boss rule? Tammy and Lake Taps, tell us about your boss.
I worked for a machine shop down in Auburn. I left during COVID from dentistry after 30 years, and they just took me on. And I was working 5 days a week, but my daughter had twin grandbabies, and so they let me go down to 4 days a week so that I could watch my grandbabies 1 day a week.
Oh, that's awesome. Having that grandparent help is so critical, and I can't even imagine how much more you need it when you got two of them.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Yeah. How old are they now?
They're 17 months. They're identical twin boys.
Nice.
That's a handful.
Rock on, Tammy.
Someone just texted and said, all my friends complain about their bosses, and I can't say anything but amazing words about mine. I was transitioning from one department to another, and he saw that I was struggling, so he hired an experienced technician to give me a personal 3-month training course, one-on-one. I asked him, why are you doing this? And he responded, we're investing in you because we know your heart is with the company, and we want to give back. I've been here for the last 6 years, and I don't see myself leaving anytime soon. My boss has created a freedom and work, and it feels like just like a second home. How I'm even in the process of moving closer to it.
That's awesome.
That's amazing.
Yeah, go bosses. Rockaholics, it'd be awesome if you could be a boss this morning and beat Steve Migs. He has a record of 327 wins, 95 losses, and 55 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 6:50.
The Daily Migs Show. The Daily Migs Show.
T-Mobile 5G internet keeps getting better. Boost your connection to harder-to-reach places with Home Internet Plus and get internet right where you want it.
With Wi-Fi that reaches the attic, I finally have a home office.
Get a free upgrade to T-Mobile Home Internet Plus while supplies last. Home Internet Plus starts at $50 a month with autopay and any voice line. Check availability at T-Mobile.com/home internet.
During congestion, customers on this plan may notice speeds lower than other customers and further reduction if using greater than 1.2 terabytes per month due to data prioritization. After $20 bill credit plus $5 per month without autopay. Debit or bank account required. Regulatory fees included for qualifying accounts. $35 connection charge applies.
Every industry, every job site, any challenge. Purple Wave's upcoming December 5th construction auction has the Caterpillar equipment to tackle it all. We make it easy to connect, inspect, and bid, ensuring you can find the right equipment that's ready to go to work for you. The equipment is ready to inspect at our partner Copart's yard in your area. Bidding ends December 5th at purplewave.com. The easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment. purplewave.com.
Looking to turn up the heat in your relationship this holiday? Lovers has the perfect pleasure presents with early Black Friday deals that are as nice or as naughty as you are. Save up to 60% on the sexiest holiday gifts. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Black Friday week is here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts, like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's. Almost there. Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Black Friday week is here with deals up to 35% off.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Alan from Seattle is. Alan, are you there?
I am here.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Alan has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
I am ready.
What food does Popeye like to eat?
Spinach.
Correct. Which plant is known to help heal a sunburn?
Aloe.
Yes. What late actor starred in the 90s movie Flubber?
Robin Williams.
Yes. What fast food chain has recently launched pickle fries?
Ooh. McDonald's?
No.
Burger King.
Correct. Metallica released their album Reload today in 1997, so how old is it today?
26?
No.
27?
Yes. The Great Barrier Reef is located in what country?
Australia.
Yes. What is the name of Mariah Carey's famous Christmas song?
I don't want a lot for Christmas.
No.
All I want for Christmas is you.
Yes. Kobe Bryant spent his entire NBA career with what team?
Lakers.
Yes. What is the most populous city in Canada?
Montreal.
No.
Toronto.
Correct. What number does Geno Smith currently wear?
8.
No. So close to a perfect 10.
Oh, my God.
But you did get 9 correct.
bad,
you did great, Alan.
You did
great.
great.
I don't
Very
watch
proud.
the Hawks that much. I'm not going to lie.
Well, and you were very, very close with his number.
Yeah, you were.
Just one off.
I figured.
Alan. Woo!
I'm trying to get through. I think Steve's been ducking me.
Uh-oh, he's been afraid of you. He's been too intimidated by Alan.
Yeah, he probably knows you're a worthy competitor, so we'll see.
Well, Taryn looks very happy right now, so that concerns me. Yes.
Steve, are you ready?
Yeah.
What food does Popeye like to eat?
Spinach.
You know it. What plant is known to help heal a sunburn? Please don't ever do that again.
Aloe.
Yes. What late actor starred in the 90s movie Flubber?
Oh, Robin Williams.
Correct. What fast food chain has
He was also Popeye once.
Was he? Oh, my goodness. What fast food chain has recently launched pickle fries?
Burger King.
Yeah. Metallica released their album Reload today in 1997, so how old is it today?
Oh, crap. I don't know. 40, no, 33?
No.
23?
No.
34?
No. Well, the Great Barrier Reef is located in what country?
America.
No.
Mexico?
No.
New Zealand?
No. What is the name of Mariah Carey's famous Christmas song?
All I Want for Christmas
No.
is You. All I Want for Christmas is You.
There we go. Jeez.
I wasn't
Kobe
finished.
Bryant spent his entire NBA career with what team?
The Lakers.
Yes. Wow, Steve. You were on a roll, and then I don't know what happened in the middle there.
I didn't eat enough spinach.
Clearly, you got 6 correct, which is a loss, 6-9.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Congrats, Alan.
Way to go, Alan.
Thanks, Steve.
Have a good Monday.
Wow. That math there really threw you off.
Yeah. What was the answer?
27. You were in the 40s, the 30s. I don't know what was happening there. Also, the Great Barrier Reef, Alan didn't know, is in Australia.
Australia.
I'm impressed you knew Mariah Carey's song. At least you know the important one.
Come on. That thing's shoved down our throat every year.
Every year. Two you didn't get to. What is the most populous city in Canada?
Ooh, I'll go Vancouver.
You would?
Yes.
You'd be wrong.
Oh, Toronto.
There we go.
Yeah.
And then what number does Geno Smith currently wear?
He's number 1 in our hearts, but number 7 on his jersey.
Yes. Alan almost got a perfect 10. He was 1 off with Geno Smith's number, but he still beat you.
Felt really good, too.
Yeah,
good for all of you.
With the weather getting all crappy this week, Rockaholics, it's a great time to be launching Operation Warm with the Washington State Council of Firefighters. We have Coats for Kids back in action, and it would be awesome if you would help us put brand new winter jackets on local children in need.
It's our favorite thing we do it's always awesome when the Rockaholics step up, and we've been able to put so many coats on kids in need. They're brand new. They're American made. These are, and just the look on their face when they get them is worth the $20 that we're asking from the Rockaholics. But if you could donate more or even less, whatever you can afford, would be appreciated.
You can head over to KISW.com to donate today. Did you guys watch the Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight on Friday?
No idea what you're talking about.
If so, call in now.
I saw his butt, though.
Oh, my gosh. If you watched the fight, call us now. We have a simple question to ask of you. 206-803-ROCK. And we do promise this is a simple question. But you need to have watched that fight on Friday night. 206-803-ROCK. We'll take your calls after Lenny Kravitz.
The Daily Migs Show.
Friday night was all about the highly anticipated big Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul fight, where it was 27-year-old Jake Paul beating 58-year-old Mike Tyson. There were no knockdowns. Here is the final decision being announced.
After 8 full rounds, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake El Gallo Paul!
I like the bell at the end. It's like, calm down, everybody. I know you're mad. I know you're very disappointed in this fight, but we're going to ring a bell again.
Millions tuned in.
A lot of people did.
But many seemed upset about it.
Yes.
So that leads us to want to ask a simple question. And that simple question is this. The Mike Tyson, Jake Paul fight. What did you think about it? Sammy in Redmond, what did you think about the fight on Friday night?
It was probably the most anticlimactic thing I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah, and it's funny because I think we were all so hyped up, and then once it happened and everything was going on, I don't know what you thought, Sammy. I was just like, well, what did we expect? He is 58. He almost died recently, and Jake... He did. They had to postpone the fight because he almost died. And I still had hope that it was going to be better than that.
Yeah, I definitely hoped for a lot better, but it was, so, like, it was so much hype, and then it was like, oh, okay, that was, all right.
Wah, wah.
At least the fights before that one were good.
For sure. What was it? Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor?
Yeah.
Woo. Jordan in Wenatchee, the same simple question to you. How did you feel about the Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight? Jordan?
Sorry about that. My bad. It was a great fight. It was fun. At first, the first couple rounds, I'm like, okay, someone's actually going to knock one of these guys out. And then it just kind of got boring. And I mean, the fights before were awesome. But other than that, I think it's more like it's like WWE mixed with boxing the way he came out.
Jordan, it's so funny you say that because I was trying to keep like little notes. I didn't watch it that night. I watched it the next day, and I was like, I wrote down, I'm like, this is pro wrestling basically, because it felt that way. Like from the Paul brothers came out in that car.
Oh yeah,
they had the pigeon in the back, and then they were playing the song that was featured in The Hangover with Mike Tyson, In the Air Tonight, Phil Collins. Great. I was like, this is just pomp and circumstance. Everything was great until the bell rang.
The simple question, we're going to ask it to Dan on Kitsap Peninsula. What did you think of the fight Friday night?
I thought it was exciting for about the first two rounds. When Tyson actually hit Jake Paul, he hit him with some real force, and you could see that it really rocked him when he hit him a couple times. But the fight just kind of petered out, you know. Tyson kind of lost momentum and just lost energy. You could tell that, he's getting older, and you could see that.
It made me wonder,
Jake Paul kind of seemed to, he seemed like he was in very good condition. He looked great.
He did, and I mean, I know a lot of people are giving him a hard time just because of what he does, but I'm like, he's bringing a lot of eyes to the sport of boxing that wouldn't typically watch, and I bet a lot of people were won over by the preliminary fights.
Totally.
And I mean, you have to attribute him for getting a lot of people to watch that. As much as you want to hate the guy, but at the end of the day, like, he clearly loves boxing. It saved his life, as they shared on, like, the announcers were talking about it. And in a way, like, say what you will about him and his ability, and yeah, he was fighting a guy who's almost 60, but still, like, I mean, there was millions upon millions of people who probably would never even watch a boxing fight that ended up tuning in and maybe will become a fan because of it.
Oh, without question. 206-803-ROCK. The simple question to Tim on Bainbridge Island. What did you think of the fight on Friday night?
Besides it,
oh man, your phone stinks, man.
Justin in Ferndale, same simple question to you. How did you feel about the fight?
Well, I don't know if you guys heard, but this just in, Jake Paul also challenged freaking Barry Bonds to a home run derby. But but what you want to call it? No, the female fight. That's what got me into it. Like the two guy fight, that was amazing. The female fight, decisions are decisions.
Yeah.
But as for the Mike Tyson fight, if that wasn't rigged, I don't know what was, because
I don't feel like it was rigged. I do think that Jake Paul, once he realized that Mike's legs were just done and he couldn't do much, I think that he intentionally did not go for the kill, because I mean that would have been awkward if, like, what if something really bad happened at that point? Like, it was just like, Mike Tyson isn't even moving. He's just standing there protecting his face. I mean, at that point, just ride it out till the end.
Yeah, I was just excited to see him back in the ring at all, but...
Dude, that was the thing for me, as much as, like, I know, Danny, I know you hated the fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was so boring.
And you know what's the funny thing is? Because I didn't watch it live, I had heard so much negativity about this, so I went into it with such low expectations. And to be honest with you, there was the moment right before the fight started, and Mauro Ranallo, who's one of the announcers, he said this, and this basically summed up how I felt.
I think we've all stepped into the Matrix here tonight. Mike Tyson is back in the ring. What is life?
As a guy who grew up watching Mike Tyson, I never thought in a million years I would get to see him in the ring once again. So yeah, the fight itself is whatever. But man, just seeing him come out with, like, just wearing all black like he used to. He didn't even have an entourage. He just looked like a killer. And then when the bell rang and he's in the ring, I'm like, this is just bonkers that Mike Tyson is fighting once again. And there were a couple moments in the first round where I was like, man, it looks good. He's looking good. Then he just tired out quick.
Yeah, that'll happen when you're 58.
When you're 50. That's the thing. As much as think about anyone in your life that's 58 years old. Could you ever picture him even pulling off something that he pulled off like he did? I thought that was really inspiring in that sense.
Absolutely. Well, many were obviously not very happy with the Tyson fight, but yesterday, Seahawks fans were so happy to beat the 49ers. And we're going to catch up with sports radio legend, the host of Mitch Unfiltered, Mitch Levy, at 7:20.
The Daly Migs Show.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned, and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whenever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout experience as business powerhouses like Aloe, Allbirds, and Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
He is a Seattle sports radio legend. He is the host of Mitch Unfiltered. You can hear it wherever you get your podcasts or at MitchUnfiltered.com. Say good morning to Mitch Levy. And I think we all seem to be in a pretty good mood today, Mitch, after that Seahawks victory over the 49ers at their house.
It's except for Washington State Cougar fans.
Yes!
Oh, God, man.
What the hell happened?
That was the worst pivot idea you've ever had.
Is that what we call what I just did in the business? A pivot idea? I didn't know that. I mean, here they were with literally the very first ever college football playoff right in front of them. They had a chance to be one of the 12 teams in the very first ever college football playoff. They had a chance to do it when Washington, their big brother, was sitting there at 6-6 or 6-5, just having a mediocre season. They could have rubbed it in the Washington Huskies' face for the rest of their lives. And what did they do?
They let those Lobos put up 17 unanswered points.
No. What did they do? What do we call it?
They couged
it. They sure
it.
damn did. They couged it. But oh my God.
And Mitch, the best part is I don't think any other show in the world, and especially not in this state, has another person on the show that is a New Mexico guy, University of New Mexico. So it wasn't even trash talking because even Danny didn't think that they were going to win.
We are 4-6. How in the world did they lose to an 8-1 Cougs team?
Danny wanted to bet on my team.
I did.
Wait a second. We were 4. I mean, is that you? Is it University of New Mexico? That's a big step. Did you go to the University of New Mexico?
I did.
Oh, okay.
He's a Lobo.
Yeah.
He's a Lobo. All right.
Now we're all Lobos.
Well, everybody's a Lobo. But, it was not a good week for the Cougars, a weekend for the Cougars. But you had a Dogs team on Friday night that had a chance to become bowl eligible, and they beat UCLA. That was good for them on Friday night. And then you had Mike Tyson. Did you watch?
Oh, yeah.
See Mike Tyson. And Jake Paul, have you talked about that this morning? I have not heard.
Yeah, a little bit. I think the general consensus was a lot of people disappointed in the fight. I still, as growing up a Tyson fan, the fact that I saw him in the ring, even though it wasn't a great fight, was still kind of a goosebump moment for me.
I think my favorite moment of the evening was, besides the girls' fight right beforehand, I think my favorite moment of the evening was after the fight, after 58-year-old Mike Tyson went 8 rounds with a YouTuber and lost basically every round except for maybe the first round. He's in the ring with the announcer, with the interviewer, the ring announcer, or the TV announcer after the fight. He's 58 years old. He's got nothing left. He had nothing left 25 years ago. And the announcer says to him, well, is this it now?
Yes.
Is this it for you? And his answer was, I don't think so.
and then challenged Jake's brother Logan.
Yes.
But Logan's in the WWE. I'm like, you have a better chance of having that match because then you can script it.
I don't think so. Like any of us want to see Mike Tyson again after the way we saw him on Friday night. So it was an interesting weekend in the world of sports, which culminated, boys and girls, in a shocker. Who saw that? Anybody see that one coming? Migsy, do you have that one on your list?
I did, actually, yes. I've been receiving random messages from listeners saying, there's still hope for 12-5. And I'm like, you're damn right. I can't wait to tell Mitch that.
That's exactly right. They got to go undefeated. But who saw that coming? Who watched that game from beginning to end and figured at when the clock struck zeros that they would have more points in the San Francisco? Did anybody think that they were going to win that game? Even as you watched the game, did you think that they were going to win the game?
Even having a little hope, like when Gino had the ball, I'm like, oh, man, is it going to be another one of these interception moments? Is this going to happen? And then when he ran it in, it took a second for it to really register. I'm like, excuse me? That just happened. It was amazing.
Yeah, I was convinced with like 18 seconds to go that the 49ers would figure out a way to get into field goal range and kick the field goal and tie the game 20-20 and send it into overtime. This is how Debbie Downer I was watching the game. But, yeah, we'll have fun talking a little bit about the Seattle Seahawks breathing new life into their 24th season, Taryn. Now I don't want the song. What's the song, Taryn?
Oh, my gosh. Well, first off, if you want to give Mitch a follow on X, his handle is at Mitch_Seattle. Seattle sports radio legend, also the host of Mitch Unfiltered, which you can now listen to wherever you get your podcasts or at MitchUnfiltered.com. More with Mitch Levy after Foo Fighters.
The Daily Migs Show.
Rockaholics, if you are just joining us this morning, we have been chatting with Seattle sports radio legend Mitch Levy, the host of Mitch Unfiltered, which you can listen to wherever you get your podcasts or at MitchUnfiltered.com. And we are riding on a high thanks to Geno Smith and the Seattle Seahawks pulling off a great win yesterday.
I think that you say thanks to Geno Smith. It was one of those games that was different, I think, than all of the other games this season, especially the other, 4 wins. In the way that if you go back to the 4 wins before yesterday against the 49ers, it was either the offense or the defense that kind of ruled the day in the 5 wins. It was almost never, I can't recall any of the games, those first 3 games, trying to remember any of the games that they won being both a really good offensive performance, an offensive day, and a defense. Now, yesterday, you could probably make the argument that the defense ruled the day.
Yeah.
The Seahawks defense. Until that one drive. There was one drive there after the Seahawks had taken, the 13-10 lead. You got to remember when you start talking about Geno and the offense, that everybody's going to focus on that 11-play, 80-yard drive at the end of the game to pull it out, and he runs for the touchdown, and the Seahawks win 20-17 after they go 80 yards in 11 plays. Don't forget one thing, that 2 drives earlier, they had the ball and they were in the same situation. They were down, except it wasn't at the end of the game, and he took them 70 yards in 11 plays to take the lead, which was an equally fabulous offensive drive. When the offense had really not done a lot the whole day, all of a sudden that 11-play, 70-yard drive gives them the lead, and we're thinking, oh, my God, where did that come from? And then what is the defense, which has been great all day in keeping the Niners close enough, keeping their offense close enough to be able to win the game? Then the Seahawks defense gives up a horrible drive.
Yeah.
Where they go the Niners go 80 yards, and they had 3rd and 12 and 3rd and 11 and 3rd and 10 over and up. They kept on converting on 3rd downs. The Seahawks defense looked horrible in that one drive. And then the Seahawks get the ball back, and you recall the middle drive was they were in position to score points again were the Seahawks, but they got that bad spot on the 3rd down quarterback sneak. Do you guys recall that?
Yep.
And Mike McDonald doesn't challenge the play, which was I thought a terrible terrible blunder by the coach. He should have. I don't know that he would have won the challenge, but he has to challenge that play. It was just too big of a moment for them to. But they rush up and they go for it on fourth down and they don't get it. But they're at like the 35 or 38 yard. They're about to score points there, and then the defense holds the Niners and setting up the 80-yard drive. So a long-winded way of saying the Seahawks offense, those last 3 possessions, was unlike the Seahawks offense the entire day leading up to that. So I don't know whether a switch went on. I don't know if Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator, saw something. I'm just not sure. Now, a naysayer might call you and say, now hold on, the best San Francisco 49ers defender, Bosa, went out of the game. And that was a big thing. He didn't play in those final 2 or 3 series for the 49ers. So that was big. But yeah, it was a team effort. The defense of the Seahawks was terrific, except for that one drive. They were terrific. They kept the Seahawks in the game. And the offense, which wasn't so great in the first, 3 quarters, was awesome in the fourth quarter. And that's what you need, timely offense, timely defense, to beat a team like the 49ers in San Francisco. So here we are, 5-5.
And I also thought it was a great tribute by the new center, Olu. He gave a nice tribute to Connor Williams by trying to snap the ball over Gino's head, which was I thought that was nice. With Connor retiring, I was like, you know what? That was cool. That was a nice little hey, we remember you.
That's funny that you say that because we have on episode 311 and all the shows during football season, we have Brady Henderson of ESPN that is a regular with us here on Mitch Unfiltered, and he obviously travels to the games. And he came on late last night and said, that was exactly what everybody in the press conference said. Yeah. That was the moment that Oluwatimi snapped the ball past Geno Smith. Everybody in the entire press box in San Francisco or Santa Clara said, oh, that was his ode. That was his tribute.
A nice little nod, a tip of the cap to Connor. Speaking of the Connor Williams, so did you hear anything? I know they said it was a personal reason that he decided that he was done playing football and he retired, but it was kind of abrupt.
I know it was very abrupt. At least for me, it was. I don't know. I've not heard anything, whether it's bad or sad or tragic news in his family, but I do know that it was. They're being very, very careful about what they say, and they're just terming it personal reasons. He just decided that he had enough, which is strange because he worked so hard to get back from that terrible knee injury last year in Miami. To get back to be able to start opening day, he beat all the guesses as to when he would be healthy again. He beat them. He got into the lineup. He was a starting center, and then boom, I can't. Maybe this is something that we'll find out more about. Maybe he'll come back next year, whether it's with the Seahawks or somebody else. There's no rule that says he has to stay in retirement. So I thought, given the circumstances, Oluwatimi did okay last night. And, of course, you had Abe Lucas back, kind of, sort of. Their big right tackle, number 72, out of.
Go Cougs, Washington State University, baby.
That's right. And he played about half the series yesterday in the game against the 49ers. So that was good to have the big man back at right tackle. And maybe he'll be playing more and more as we go along if he stays healthy. So at least for 24 hours, all things are good in Seahawks land. I don't know how long this will last, but, boy, it's a good feeling this morning.
And now, destiny's in their hands. Next weekend they're taking on the first-place Arizona Cardinals.
Yes, and we'll see whether this is a one-off.
Oh, great.
The NFL, if you've watched any games in the NFL over the years, you know that this type of stuff happens. It's kind of why we like the NFL. Mm-hmm. But I don't know that you can say, oh, my God, the Seahawks of 24 have turned the corner or they've turned over or they found something. I think one game is one game. It was a great win. It was one of their best wins in years. You take nothing away. But let's see what they look like on Sunday against a pretty good Cardinals team here in Seattle.
And I know it's only been, 3 games with him, but I think I speak for probably a lot of Seahawks fans falling in love with Ernest Jones IV. Man, that guy, he is fun to watch and really fun to hear in the press conferences, too.
And you ask yourself, how in the world, watching this guy, did 2 teams bail on him? It doesn't make any kind of sense. He was on a world champion Rams team, and they traded him to Tennessee, and he was a standout performer for Tennessee this year, and Tennessee trades him to Seattle. What are we missing? We're missing something on this guy. I don't know.
Mitch, the big question then is, should I invest in getting his jersey?
No. If you were 20 years younger, yes.
Oh, come on. I'm
if you
forever
were 25 years younger, yes. But not at your ripe old age.
Son of a...
It's all over.
If you want more Mitch, you can check out his podcast, Mitch Unfiltered. Get it wherever you listen to your podcast or at MitchUnfiltered.com. Thank you so much, Mitch. We look forward to next week. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks, 5-5. Let's see how they do against the Cardinals on Sunday.
Now, Rockaholics, we need someone who can put a beat down on Steve Migs. And it would be very helpful if you were tuned in to the men's room on Friday at 5:40, because that's when I gave out a cheat sheet containing 3 of the correct answers for the game. He's got a record of 327 wins, 96 losses, and 55 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We play Beat Migs at 7:50.
I'm buying the jersey.
The Daily Migs Show.
Every industry, every job site, any challenge. Purple Wave's upcoming December 5th construction auction has the Caterpillar equipment to tackle it all. We make it easy to connect, inspect, and bid, ensuring you can find the right equipment that's ready to go to work for you. The equipment is ready to inspect at our partner Copart's yard in your area. Bidding ends December 5th at purplewave.com. The easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment. purplewave.com.
Looking to turn up the heat in your relationship this holiday? Lovers has the perfect pleasure presents with early Black Friday deals that are as nice or as naughty as you are. Save up to 60% on the sexiest holiday gifts. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loverstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Black Friday week is here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts, like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat, so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's. Almost there. Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Black Friday week is here with deals up to 35% off.
The Daily Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa. Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Tony from Silverdale is. Tony, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Tony, were you listening to the men's room around 5:40 on Friday?
No, I'm sorry, I wasn't.
Yes.
Ooh.
That's okay. Don't apologize for being a man of integrity.
Wow, yeah, I guess so. All right, I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Tony has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Yes, I am.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade takes place in what city?
New York City.
Correct. Who is the current quarterback for the 49ers?
Pass.
What vegetable is known to help you see in the dark?
Carrots, but that's a myth.
Yes, it is. Is it? The 2 planets in our solar system known as ice giants are Uranus and what?
Let's say Jupiter.
No.
Pluto.
No.
Saturn.
No. What city is known as the City of Love?
Paris.
Yes. In the fictional world of the Hunger Games, how old do you have to be to enter the drawing?
18?
No.
10?
No.
14?
No. Gerard Way is the lead singer for what band?
Pass.
Which country is the biggest grower of coffee?
Is it Colombia?
No.
Brazil?
Correct. Which soft drink uses Santa Claus for their advertisements?
Which what?
Soft drink.
Coke. That's Coke.
Yes. Tony, you got 5 correct.
All right. Let's go, T.
Right down the middle. I don't know. Steve was actually, he lost earlier today, didn't he?
He did. It's already in his head.
Let's make it 2. That would be a great way to start off a Monday, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm.
Steve, are you ready?
Yeah, Daddy, let's go.
The Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade takes place in what city?
New York City.
You know
Manhattan,
it.
Baby.
Who is the current quarterback for the 49ers?
Brock Purdy.
Yes. What vegetable is known to help you see in the dark?
Carrots?
Wow, yes. The 2 planets in our solar system known as ice giants are Uranus and what?
Venus?
No.
Saturn?
No.
Jupiter?
No. What city is known as the City of Love?
What city? Philadelphia?
No.
That's brotherly love.
Mm-hmm.
What city is the City of Love? I'm going to say New Orleans.
No.
Las Vegas.
No.
That's the city of divorce.
In the fictional world of the Hunger Games, how old do you have to be to enter the drawing?
I don't know, 25?
No.
16?
No.
13?
No. Are you okay? Gerard
nut in my
Way
throat.
is the lead singer for what band?
My Chemical Romance.
Yes. Which country is the biggest grower of coffee?
Colombia.
No.
America.
No.
Canada.
No. Which soft drink uses Santa Claus for their advertisements?
Coca-Cola.
What is that?
Yes.
I don't know.
Are you okay? Steve?
I got like a nut in my throat.
Oh.
Wow. Sounds fun. You got 5 correct, which is a tie. 5-5.
Tie goes for the runner.
The game's called Beat Migs. You didn't beat me.
Yeah, that's right.
And who's running?
I don't know. I have no idea. 1 you both got incorrect. The ice giants that are our planets are Uranus and
Neptune.
Yes,
Neptune.
that was on the cheat sheet.
Ice giants.
One
It
that
sounds like a minor league baseball team.
It does.
Right?
yeah, one that Tony did get correct. The City of Love is Paris.
Oh.
You were just thinking in the States.
Yeah, I didn't even think there's anywhere else that exists outside of America.
Wow.
Very close-minded.
It's very stupid of me.
In the fictional world of the Hunger Games, how old do you have to be to enter the drawing?
11.
No.
12.
12. Very young, yes. Which country is the biggest grower of coffee? One that Tony got correct as well, Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah. So if you knew any more than you did, you would have won, but you didn't.
Well, thanks
So
for the expert analysis.
Congrats on tying, I guess.
Sound like Roy Jones Jr. during the Tyson fight.
Just in time for the holidays and the cold weather that is sweeping in, we have partnered up once again with the Washington State Council of Firefighters and Operation Warm on coats for kids. And it would be awesome if you would help us out. We want to put as many brand new coats on local children in need as we possibly can.
Just $20. I mean, if you donate more than $20, fantastic. If you only donate $5 as well, that's great. But $20 will put a brand new American-made coat on a kid in need, and there's a lot of kids in need in Washington. Like 300,000 kids are dealing with, like, just not having good living conditions where they need a brand new coat to help them getting into the winter season.
It's a great time to get involved, and you can be part of it by heading over to KISW.com. Has there ever been a song that helped you get through some tough times, Steve Migs?
Oh, man, I got to think of one,
Hey, chickadee-choo, it's Dominic the donkey.
I mean, with the holidays coming around the corner, that's the song that always puts me in a good mood.
Just merry and bright.
It's Dominic the donkey.
What about you?
Oh, I mean, there's...
Besides Tom Sawyer.
Yeah, there's so... No, it's just an instrumental called YYZ. That's the one that got me through tough times.
Okay, great.
Wow.
Well, one of the biggest movie stars of all time just shared that a current song helped them through some tough times. So what was it? We will tell you after 3 days grace.
The Daly Migs Show.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was recently on the Kelly Clarkson show, and he was talking about the fact that a song by Jelly Roll called "Only" helped him through a pretty difficult period of depression.
What moved me is, what if the darkness inside of me has finally taken my soul? What if the angels in heaven were sent to take me home? Would they fight through the demons that I have in my life? Lord, I'm believing, eventually, I see the light. And that really moved me and touched me. And then we got in contact with each other, and I told him what it meant to me, and we didn't know each other. We become really good friends, and that's my boy, and I love that guy, and I'm very, very proud of him, because you think, I love when good things happen to really good human beings, and he's one of them.
Especially, to turn it around.
That had to be such a trip for Jelly Roll. I mean, all of a sudden, you're like, The Rock wants to talk to you about one of your songs, and then you find out that it actually helped him. Like an average person, I bet you're touched that your music can impact somebody, but then it's like, oh, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's also been impacted by this.
That's got to be a career high for sure.
That's up there, I'd imagine. I don't know any Jelly Roll songs. Only the ones we talk. I don't listen. I've never listened to a single Jelly Roll song.
Ever?
No.
He's got a couple bangers.
Except for the times that we've talked about it. Oh, that's it.
Oh, he's got a couple really good ones. And when we saw him in concert, he was awesome because he brings together rock, hip hop, country. It's pretty cool.
You saw him at the Showbox, right?
Yeah, Showbox Soto, yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
now,
he's awesome.
And now he's doing like Climate Pledge.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
Next go around, he'll probably be doing T-Mobile Park or something along those lines. He keeps getting bigger and bigger.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently that wasn't the only song that impacted The Rock. And he told Kelly about a couple of other songs. So I thought I could play you The Rock reading the lyrics and not say the song, and you can guess what song it is.
Oh, boy.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, so this was another one on the Kelly Clarkson show where The Rock was talking about the impact of this song.
And Kelly, another song that really hit me, had these lyrics. He drinks a whiskey drink. He drinks a vodka drink. He drinks a lager drink. He drinks a cider drink. He sings the songs that remind him of the good times. He sings the songs that remind him of the better times. Oh, Danny boy, I get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never going to keep me down.
All right, Taryn, what do you think?
The poetry of Chumbawamba.
And that's definitely The Rock. That wasn't like a fake version of The Rock.
No, that wasn't.
It was definitely The Rock.
It was definitely The Rock. All right, how about you, Sarah? Let's see if you could guess on this one.
Kelly, that's not it. I really find great inspiration from lyrics of some true, deep-thinking songwriters. These lyrics also struck a nerve for me. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny that when a girl walks in with an itty-bitty waist and a round thing in your face, you get sprung.
Yeah.
Want to pull up tough because you notice that butt was stuffed deep in the jeans she's wearing. I'm hooked and I can't stop staring. Oh, baby, I want to get with you and take your picture. My homeboys tried to warn me, but that butt you got makes me so horny.
So,
is that Sir Mix-a-Lot, maybe?
Yeah, I think you're absolutely
My boy.
right. And obviously, this is really The Rock talking about this to Kelly Clarkson. One more for you, Danny.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, Kelly, there is one more. I know this is crazy, but The Rock was really moved by this song, too. Honestly saved my life after my divorce. Here are the lyrics. Hey, I think about the day my girlie ran away with my pay when fellas came to play. Now she's stuck with my homies that she f***ed, and I'm just a sucker with a lump in my throat like a chump. I did it all for the nookie. Come on, the nookie. Come on, so you can take that cookie and stick it up your, yeah.
What do you think, Danny?
And also, Significant Other is the best album by Limp Bizkit ever, and that is Nookie.
Thank you, The Rock. It is weird, though, hearing him during that interview. Like, he sounds like Robot Rock.
he does. They're getting good.
Or he just sounds more robotic.
He's getting worse.
And his movie did not do very good.
That's what they said. It did not kind of reach the expectations that were out there.
I think it made like 40 or 50 million, but the budget of it was like 280 million. The red one.
My favorite, though, is that before the movie was even released, they were calling it an instant classic. I'm like, how can you call it an instant classic if no one's even seen it yet?
Who called it an instant classic? The Rock?
It was like in the
and
trailer.
His agent? The Rock says instant classic.
I don't think you get to make that determination right now. The Seahawks beat the 49ers yesterday 20-17, and that was very good for us. So we decided to check the social media pages for who it wasn't good for, and that would be the San Francisco 49ers fans to see how they are doing. So we're going to go straight to the comments at 8:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet and the not-so-secret secret with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whenever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout experience as business powerhouses like Aloe, Allbirds, and Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com /Odyssey Podcast to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com /Odyssey Podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Everyone knows social media is a time suck, and what you're about to hear proves it. If it's online, someone, somewhere, has an opinion and is whining about it. So let's get straight to the comments.
The Seahawks pulled off a dramatic victory over the San Francisco 49ers yesterday. 20-17 was the final score. Geno Smith scored a game-winning 13-yard touchdown run in those closing seconds, and it was awesome.
Under 20, Smith back to throw. Smith takes off. Geno Smith, end zone ahead. Touchdown, Seattle.
That was amazing. Just I was staring at my screen like, this is not happening. This is so great. And then, of course, look quickly at the time. Like, is there enough time? I don't think there is. I think we got this.
Well, then we had to go check the social media pages for the San Francisco 49ers, of course, to see how their folks are doing. And that means we got to go straight to those comments.
That is true. At least we now realize that Seahawks fans aren't the only ones that are miserable after certain football games. I think it's any football team that loses. Their fans kind of get a little irrational and lose their mind. So this is our chance to illustrate that. We've sent our comments and their posts to Jason, our production director, and said, hey, reenact them however you want. And he did just that. Are you ready for the first comment from a San Francisco 49ers fan about the Seahawks beating their team?
Yes, please.
Here we go.
We lost to the Sea Chickens? I'm calling it sick tomorrow. Signed a 49ers fan in Washington.
Ooh.
There are a lot of 49ers fans in Washington.
That's so true.
And I was seeing a lot of them this weekend. I think it was just because there was a certain level of confidence that their team was going to win, especially since, I think the last 6 times that they've played, the Seahawks have lost.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It was crazy. They showed that stat, like, before, a while back, it was like the Seahawks were just dominating. And, the last 6 games, 0-6.
One of my favorite parts, too, is they were like, Brock Purdy is undefeated against them, and then Geno Smith has never won a game against them. It's like, the story of 2 quarterbacks.
Kind of poetic that it was Geno Smith running it in to win the game. I was like, that's pretty cool.
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Man, our defense blows. Can't even stop old-ass Geno Smith.
How old is he?
30-something. Like 34? 33, 34?
Younger than Sarah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, by a decade.
At least.
He's 34.
Yeah.
So he's actually older than me, thank you.
Oh, don't
because I'm not 40.
Us. You know it all. We know your age.
I cut the game off assuming we would win because we were up, and then I got on Facebook and see this.
What? You were up by 4 points. It's not like this was a blowout and they all of a sudden out of nowhere just scored a bunch of unanswered touchdowns. Like it was 17-13.
Yeah.
That's on you, dummy.
I just flipped the dining room table upside down and smashed my dinner on the floor. I'm screaming with rage and anger due to this pathetic excuse of a performance. There are shattered plates everywhere, and the guests are crying while leaving. This is officially the final straw.
That sounds like someone's Thanksgiving next week.
Yeah. Somebody needs to maybe start smoking weed or something.
I think it's just a yard game.
Just chill out. I hope you were just being exaggerating and that wasn't a true story because that's a little weird. Mm-hmm. All right, we got one more comment from our San Francisco 49ers fans.
I am no longer a Niners fan so long as Kyle Shanahan is coach and Brock Purdy is quarterback. Let management know this.
I'm sure the social media team did send that to their management.
They alerted them right away.
This morning.
Post-haste.
Yeah. Coach has been fired because of this one guy on social media that sent us a comment. I'll be honest, though. There was a moment during the game before the Seahawks obviously scored to take the lead where I was like, why do I do this to myself? Like, here I am sitting on the couch and I'm sad because I think the team's going to lose. I could be playing with my kid. I could be doing something more productive, but I'm sitting there torturing myself with this team.
Got all worked up for nothing, Steve. It was going to be okay.
And then Geno scored the touchdown. I'm like, I'm so glad I watched this game. Let me text Danny.
And now we go back home to Lumen Field this weekend.
Take on the Arizona Cardinals, who had a bye week, but they are 6-4, first place in the NFC West, and then everybody else is 5-5.
Right?
It's crazy.
Weird year.
But I mean, for a weird season for the Seahawks, the fact that here we're 10 games in and they still have a very good chance of making the playoffs, especially if they beat the Cardinals, destiny is in their hands.
Let's go, Hawks. Hey, speaking of Hawks, we're going to have a former Seahawk with us at Live Night. Is that right, Steve Migs?
Walter Jones, Big Walt himself, he'll be joining us at Live Night at the Showbox Soto, and that's happening on December 13th for Live Night.
It is a Friday the 13th, so the theme is A Nightmare Before Christmas. If you want to dress up, you totally should. Everything is live, and the tickets are on sale now over at KISW.com. Things did get a little odd after the Tyson-Jake Paul fight, did they not?
For many reasons. Bare butts. Bare butts.
We're going to tell you what's trending after Lincoln Park.
The Daly Migs Show.
Rockaholics, we know that when you check out the world of pop culture, it is information overload these days. And we're here to help you out to sift through all of it and tell you what is trending.
Stranded on the Daly Migs Show. Stranded, let's go. Let's go.
27-year-old Jake Paul beat 58-year-old Mike Tyson on Friday night. There were no knockdowns, and here is the final decision being announced.
After 8 full rounds, declaring your winner by unanimous decision, Jake El Gallo Paul!
You suck. We love you, Mike.
I guess...
When you say 27 versus 58, what the hell were we thinking?
I know. I really wanted to believe it could happen.
For a half a second, it felt that way. For at least half of that first round. And honestly, when watching it, it felt like the first 10 seconds of every round, Mike had a little gusto, a little spring in his step. And then he realized he has old man legs. He had a knee brace, too. And he made it a point to say, hey, that's not an excuse. But, I mean... You're old and you have a knee brace. That's not a very good sign.
No, not at all. The real winner of the evening, though, was Netflix. They had 60 million households tuned in.
And 59 million of them were upset with them with the stream.
I mean, we had some issues where we were trying to watch down in Portland. We basically missed the whole fight and had to rewatch it.
I tried to watch it, but I blacked out because I decided to do a drinking game. Every time Roy Jones Jr. said, I don't like this, whatever it was about the fight, I took a drink and I was wasted after the first round.
No.
Everything. His only commentary was like, I don't like his legs. I don't like this. I don't like that. I don't like it. I'm like, okay, we get it. You don't like it.
We got your opinion.
Why don't you just be quiet? Just
Message
let Maura
received.
Ronaldo do the commentary and we'll be completely fine. After the fight, Ariel Helwani, who's like a guy that does a bunch of stuff with MMA and boxing and also in the world of pro wrestling as well, he was in the ring with Mike Tyson and things got a little odd as they were talking, and mainly talking about Mike and the fact that he liked to bite his own gloves.
The broadcast team was debating what you were doing with your glove. Was it a mouthpiece issue, or were you just biting on your glove? What was that? Could you tell us?
Oh, I have a habit of biting my gloves when I fight, yes.
Why do you do that?
I have a biting fixation.
I've heard about that.
It's like he set himself up for that. I don't like fixation. I was like, here we go.
Let's unpack that a little.
I don't want to know more. What does your gut say right now? Is this possibly the last time for you?
And I think everybody thought he was going to say, yep, that was it. This was awesome. My kids got to see me go out there. Everybody across the world got to see me in the ring one more time. And this was a blast. Thank you so much, Jake Paul, for the $20 million, and I'm out. That's not the answer we got.
I don't think so.
You've got more in you. Who comes to mind?
Well, I don't know. Maybe his brother.
You want to fight Logan? Logan, I think he said you might be next.
I'll kill you, Mike.
No, please. No.
It's on then.
Okay. I'm pretty sure if that's the case, that is going to be a completely scripted event because Logan's doing the WWE stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just the fact that he was even brought up, I'm like, why would he bring him up? I'm like, okay, are we just another cash grab?
Well, I'll watch.
But the real talk of the fight wasn't Tyson or Paul or that incredible ladies fight that was really good right before the Tyson Jake Paul fight. It was more about a singular lady, the ring girl. The entire internet was like, who is this girl? Did you see any of this?
I mean, I saw it after the fact, but I just feel bad for the other ring girl who didn't get even half the attention that Sydney Thomas was getting.
Sydney Thomas is all of a sudden a household name because everyone's like, who is this? Who is this? She's like, guys, it's me. The funny part is I was on TikTok and our friend Penelope Rose, our OnlyFans model that listens to the show, she had a whole video post about who is this girl. And then I'm reading the comments, and Sydney Thomas like, it's me. Thanks for this. I'm like, what is happening here? Like, I guess she was just responding to everybody, letting everyone know that that's me, Sydney Thomas. So there you go.
Big night for her.
Well, I mean, apparently, like her social media numbers went through the roof, shockingly.
Conan O'Brien is going to be hosting the 97th Academy Awards. This will be his very first time leading the ceremony, and those Oscars will air on March 2nd of 2025 on ABC. Conan posted a video sharing this big news.
This is incredible. I've been handed an Oscar. I'm an Oscar winner. It's amazing.
You're a host.
Oh, I'm hosting?
Yes.
I'm an Oscar host.
Exactly.
Oh, but do I still get to keep the Oscar?
No, you don't.
Oh.
Thank you.
Are you excited about Conan?
I was going to say no. I don't remember the last time I watched the Academy Awards. I don't watch the movies that are being celebrated, so it's like there's really no reason for me to watch it. And then if anything funny happens or anything out there happens, it's going to be on social media like 15 seconds after it happens.
That's a good call. You can just pay attention to the social media aftermath.
Are you excited about this?
I mean, every time I watch, I'm like, I'm going to get into these movies. I'm going to watch these movies. And then I never do. I'm a really bad movie watcher. I'm not even a good show watcher.
No.
I'm behind on everything all the time.
I know. My DVR is packed right now.
Well, we just watch a lot of kids stuff, so it's like Dino Trucks is very big right now, Bat Wheels, Spidey and Friends. I don't have time for Academy Award nominated movies.
But Barrett's not into those kind of films at the age of 5. That's crazy.
No, I know.
That's got to be one of the hardest, though, gigs to have as a comedian or a host, because you're really not performing for the everyday Joes like us. Like, you're performing for a room full of these full of themselves pretentious celebrities that aren't going to find anything funny, especially if you say their name and you joke about them in any, but you have to, you have to kind of roast them. Otherwise, What the hell are you doing up there?
That's what people expect.
Yeah. So, I mean, I give him credit. Good luck to him.
Yeah.
So I don't know I was going to say, do you want to try this? But I feel like I already know the answer for the three of you. There's the Australian government right now has just put out an app. I don't know why they're doing this, but they're trying to track the people of Australia's flatulence for 3 days to help scientists with this study. So they made an app where you can kind of track how often you fart and what kind of fart that you have. In fact, here's one of the researchers. Her name's Megan. I don't know why they put her up to the task of having to explain what the hell's going on, but here she is talking about the program.
The sound and how loud it was, or if there was much of an odor to it. It's not something that everyone's comfortable discussing, but it is a normal function of the body, and it's healthy. It's a sign that you're healthy.
I just want to know, why do they need to have this information, though? Why did the government have to put out an app for this?
I just love that Australia is the country that brought us Chart Your Fart and Ray Gun. I mean, this is a big year. This is Australia's year.
It's Christmas came early for all of us, thanks to Australia. I'm already having a hard enough time. I'm doing a new fitness thing where I have to monitor, I have to log everything that I eat, even take a picture of it. I can't log anything else in. Log is probably
logged out.
Log is probably the worst choice of words when it comes to this app. But I have a feeling that none of you want to do that, huh? No, you guys don't.
I'm out.
We're not down. Is it available for Apple, or is it just I bet it's for just Android users?
Because we're superior.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. We.
Are you French?
We need someone to take down Steve Migs today.
Oui.
You've got a record, Steve, that is very impressive. 327 wins, getting very close to 100 losses. You're at 96 right now. 56 ties in 2024. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Beat Migs at 8:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
Got a hot and heavy holiday on your mind? Lovers has the perfect pleasure presents with early Black Friday deals that will get you off the naughty list this year. Save up to 60% on the sexiest holiday gifts. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Every industry, every job site, any challenge. Purple Wave's upcoming December 5th construction auction has the Caterpillar equipment to tackle it all. We make it easy to connect, inspect, and bid, ensuring you can find the right equipment that's ready to go to work for you. The equipment is ready to inspect at our partner Copart's yard in your area. Bidding ends December 5th at purplewave.com. The easiest and most straightforward way to buy and sell equipment. purplewave.com.
Black Friday week is here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kids, like arts, crafts, games, and tech. You'll have money left over for some new board games to boost the kids' confidence. Ah, you won again. Or that multi-voice changing megaphone so you can really spread the cheer.
Happy holidays.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Black Friday week is here with deals up to 35% off.
The Daly Migs Show presents the most popular radio game on this side of the speaker. Let's play Beat Migs. Beat Migs, don't be a loser. Whoa! Beat Migs, you're a loser.
Who's ready to beat Migs? I know Andy from Olympia is. Andy, are you there?
Yep.
I'm Sarah, your host, and it's time for you to get out of here, Steve.
Bye-bye.
For those playing at home, Andy has 60 seconds to answer 10 questions. You can pass all you want, but you only get 3 guesses per question. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
What fast food chain is known for the Frosty?
Wendy's.
Correct. What Friends character is famous for saying, "How you doing?"
Joey.
Correct. What band recently released an album titled From Zero?
Lincoln Park.
Yes. The 2 zodiac signs of November are Scorpio and what?
Pisces.
No.
Aquarius.
No.
Virgo.
No. Which U.S. state is known as America's Dairyland?
Oregon.
No.
Kansas.
No.
Oklahoma.
No. Shakespeare's shortest play is titled The Comedy of what?
Humanity.
No.
Life.
No.
The world.
No. In which country was the first Audi made?
Germany.
Yes. Andy, and with that, you got 4 correct.
It felt like more.
You know, I appreciated that Andy guessed.
Yes.
He instead of passing, he really decided to just guess each time. But I don't know. I don't know about this one. Let's see how Steve does.
Oh, is it a good one, huh?
Yeah.
Steve, are you ready? Yes! What fast food chain is known for their Frosty?
Wendy's.
Yes. What Friends character is famous for saying, "How you doing?"
How you doing? Joey.
Correct. What band recently released an album titled From Zero?
Oh, I listened to it too. About Lincoln Park.
Yes. The 2 zodiac signs of November are Scorpio and what?
Sagittarius.
Yes.
Really?
Which U.S. state is known as America's Dairyland?
U.S. state, America's Dairyland. Nevada.
No. What? That's the weirdest guess.
You don't want to know.
I don't know. I really don't.
Let's go with Texas.
No.
Alabama.
No. Shakespeare's shortest play is titled The Comedy of what?
Errors.
Wow, yes. In which country was the first Audi made?
Which country? Germany?
Yes. Who's the lead singer of Fleetwood Mac?
Oh, Stevie Nicks.
Correct. The Wiggles wear red, blue, yellow, and what other color?
Purple?
Wow, yes. In Fahrenheit, what temperature does water freeze at?
32.
Yes. Wow, Steve. I am impressed. You got 9 correct, which is a win, 9-4. Sorry, Andy.
Oh, that was so terrible.
Poor Andy.
Oh, first step is acknowledging that it was bad.
And he tried his best.
He did.
And wow, if only, Steve, you knew America's Dairyland.
Do you know?
Iowa?
No. Danny, do you know? It's Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Oh, cheese.
Yeah, it makes sense once I say
kinda,
it.
yeah.
Not Nevada. Well,
you know.
You know those dairy farms in Nevada.
Yeah.
Lots of milk.
Oh, my gosh. Well, congrats on beating Andy, Steve.
Rockaholics, we would love if you would help us out because we have partnered up once again with the Washington State Council of Firefighters for Operation Warm, a little thing we call Coats for Kids. And there is an estimated 300,000 children living in poverty in our state. So that means we need to step up and do some good together. Every $20 donated puts a brand new American-made coat on a child in need.
Yes, if you have $20, awesome. Brand new coat. If you have $5, a few people do that, we'll get a brand new coat. Then sometimes the Rockaholics step up huge, couple $100. Anything you can donate, of course, will be appreciated.
You can head over to KISW.com to learn more about Coats for Kids. Last week, you might remember, we were talking about how a TikTok star helped some Seattle-based restaurants double their business thanks to his visits and his reviews.
So they call it the Keith Lee effect.
Yes. Well, that same review led to one business shutting down temporarily. We're going to tell you what happened after Red Hot Chili Peppers.
The Daily Migs Show.
We recently learned about this TikTok star named Keith Lee, who we didn't know until last week.
Right.
But he's got 16.7 million followers, and he's known for doing these food reviews. And there was a bit of controversy that ended up being sparked over a video that showed a potential worm in a piece of sushi that he was reviewing from Fob Sushi Bar right here in Seattle. This is the original audio.
Truly is a place that I would come back to. And I can see if you love sushi and you don't have a shellfish allergy, this is heaven. You go in there with $15, you walk out with 12 pieces, and it seems like it's a very popular spot because as we speak, the line is out the door.
And then they were talking about King 5 did a whole piece about the quote-unquote Keith Lee effect. And then everyone's apparently wherever this guy goes, he has such a strong following and a passionate group of people that if they live anywhere near that place, they will drive. He said that there were people driving for like hours to go to Fob and go the other places as well. And then things took a weird turn.
Yeah, we went back and a lot of people saw this after posting the video. Viewers had noticed movement on a piece of salmon nigiri. So
I didn't see this originally.
I didn't either.
Okay, yeah, because I was like, what are they talking about? I saw the story about like Fob being like, it wasn't anything. We swear.
I watched and then I watched again and then I watched again. Couldn't see it until it was directly pointed out to me. Then I did see what they were talking about.
And then you can't unsee it.
They've dubbed the incident Wormgate. And then a lot of people were reaching out to Keith Lee wondering, like, is he doing okay? Also, Fob Sushi had to respond to this. They denied it was a worm. They said that the movement was due to the fish's natural elasticity or maybe pressure from the chopsticks.
Which, honestly, when I first saw that, I was like, all right, that sounds way more thought out than anything I could think of. And then I watched the video. I'm like, I don't know. That seemed weird.
Seemed to be something. So Keith has now addressed what happened and what Fob said.
We went to a place called Fob Sushi in Seattle the other day. Somebody slowed the video down, and it did appear that something moved. And especially for transparency, I didn't see anything until somebody pointed it out. I can't confirm.
Now imagine being him, and like your mentions and your replies are all like coming in from people like, dude, you just ate something moving on that sushi. Like that must have been like such a weird freak out moment for him.
Oh yeah.
I can't confirm or deny what it was, but I can confirm I am okay. I appreciate the people who actually did reach out and was worried about me. I'm all right. The only reason I'm making this video is because I just saw a video of somebody who went the day after us and now they hospitalized. Just me and my character and who I am as a person. I'm going to come out and I'm going to say something about it. I send my heart and I send my blessings to that person that's in the hospital. And I've already said 1,000 times, I don't believe in tearing down any business. But at the same time, people's health are on the line. So if somebody's saying they're in the hospital and there's something moving in food, I absolutely think there's accountability that should be taken. And it's something that you can learn from it. For the restaurant to post a statement and indicate that me holding the sushi or me holding the chopsticks a certain way is why the sushi moved, I personally don't agree with it. Because I've had sushi 1,000 times, and I held sushi 1,000 different ways, and never once have I seen sushi behaving that way.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy.
Again, that's not me saying it was a worm or it was a parasite. I'm just saying it was nothing that I did on my end. I literally was just eating as a customer.
And it sounds like the restaurant is now doing like a full-on, like they've shut down for the time being. They're doing an investigation, want to make sure that all of their, procedures are at a certain standard.
So we're not going there for lunch this week?
I don't think we can yet. They're still closed.
I mean, it's never been a cleaner time, probably.
You're absolutely right.
See, the glass is half full.
Now, have you ever had an experience of getting like a food illness or something like that?
Honestly, one time, but I truly think it was psychological. And back when I was eating meat, I remember going to a place for a burger. I never get burgers. other than well done. Like, I mean, I'll get my steak medium rare and things like that. Like, I'm fine with that. Something about burgers, I don't want to see pink inside of it. I don't want to see any of that. Just cook the frickin' thing, because typically, like, it's not the highest grade meat anyway. So, like, I don't want to even more risk it. And one time I was eating a burger, and I looked, and it was so pink on the inside, and someone's like, "No big deal. That's how I get it all the time." I'm like, And then for the rest of the day, I just felt awful. But I never got like vomiting or anything like sick like that. But I just felt weird. And I truly think it was more in my brain than it was actually in my stomach or in my insides.
I always thought.
What about you?
I always thought at some point in my life, because if there's cookie dough, I want to eat that. Oh, yeah. I don't want to wait for the full formed cookie. I want to eat the cookie dough. And I always thought, like, one of these days I'm going to get sick from eating raw cookie dough. Never have.
I never heard of anyone ever getting sick from raw cookie dough either.
Is that like, I don't know why that is the thing. But I've never had any sort of...
There's raw egg in it. So you're really not supposed to, but I've never also gotten sick from eating cookie dough either.
No. I really thought it was going to be a bigger issue in my life.
Some people have raw eggs all the time and never get sick from it. Like, some people, that's like that. Not just the Rocky movie thing, but like, some people that's part of like their breakfast, or like that, how they get their protein is by that way. And I'm like, I don't want to risk it.
I have a stomach, I think, like a steel trap. I've never had food poisoning, ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fancy.
Fancy?
You ever gotten food sick?
Oh, so bad. One time. And it was when I was in Florida, my first time ever at Disney World.
What were you eating?
Chicken wings. Because me. And we had a room credit because the hotel screwed up and they didn't have a room for us. So they gave us like $300 worth of room credit, like room service. And I was so excited. And I was like, I want to order chicken wings. So I ordered them thinking that everyone was going to eat them with me. Nope. Nobody wanted chicken wings except for Danny. So I ate all of them myself. It was the night before our last night there. The next morning, I woke up and I was like, I'm feeling a little off. I should probably just need to, whatever. And so I go to the bathroom. Okay, I'm good. We go to Universal Studios. I could not. I was in the medic tent the entire time because I was I was projectile vomiting just everywhere.
Rode the rides, man.
Oh gosh.
I could not move like for the rest of the day. Literally the rest. I was stuck in bed the entire last day that we were in Florida.
I can't think of many worse places to be.
Right?
Like here you are trying to enjoy like amusement parks and you can't even power through it in that situation because rides are going to mess with your stomach when you're completely fine.
Yeah, it was bad.
We know that you are a massive music fan, Rockaholics, but do you think that you could name a song after only hearing 1 second of the chorus? Prove that to us, and if so, you will win tickets to see Linkin Park on September 24th at Climate Pledge Arena. 206-803-ROCK. We will play Hook or Shook at 9:20.
The Daily Migs Show.
When you think about businesses that are selling through the roof like Aloe, Allbirds, or Skims, sure, you think about a great product, a cool brand, and brilliant marketing. But an often overlooked secret is actually the businesses behind the business, making selling and for shoppers buying simple. For millions of businesses, that business is Shopify. Nobody does selling better than Shopify, home of the #1 checkout on the planet, and the not-so-secret secret, with Shop Pay that boosts conversions up to 50%, meaning way less carts going abandoned, and way more sales going. So if you're into growing your business, your commerce platform better be ready to sell whenever your customers are scrolling or strolling on the web, in your store, in their feed, and everywhere in between. Upgrade your business and get the same checkout experience as business powerhouses like Aloe, Allbirds, and Skims. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast, all lowercase. Go to shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast to upgrade your selling today. Shopify.com/Odyssey Podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
I'm Lindsey Graham, host of Wondery's show American Scandal. We bring to life some of the biggest controversies in U.S. history: presidential lies, environmental disasters, corporate fraud. In our latest series, entrepreneur Lou Pearlman becomes the mastermind behind two of the biggest pop groups in the world, the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. He also oversees a sprawling business empire that includes a charter jet company, restaurants, and real estate. But Perlman's successful facade crumbles after he's sued by the boy bands for siphoning millions from them. And soon, investigators discover that Perlman is keeping his empire afloat through an even more devious scheme. Follow American Scandal on the Wondery app or wherever you get your podcasts. Experience all episodes ad-free and be the first to binge the newest seasons only on Wondery Plus. You can join Wondery Plus in the Wondery app, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify. Start your free trial today.
All morning, we have received texts and calls from you, but we've not yet had a chance to chat with everybody. But right now, we are checking in with the Rockaholics, so please do give us a call if there's something you'd like to chime in on from this morning's show, or if you have anything on your mind that you would like to discuss. 206-803-ROCK. Earlier today, we were talking about, Steve, you wrestled SOS Pro Wrestling on Friday night.
Yes, and it was awesome because Danny came, Sarah came, the big boss Dave came, Taryn big boyed us and didn't come. That was real nice of you.
Sorry. I had to go to Portland.
Sure, diva move right there. No, it was a blast. It was really fun to be able to do that in front of some of my friends and coworkers and be able to see what I do for fun on the weekends.
You're such a weirdo.
I would not disagree.
But there was someone...
Nothing stranger than looking out and seeing your boss smiling while you're wearing spandex in the ring, sweating with another man, and he's holding a sign that says F. Steve Migs.
Well, while you were there, I understand you had an interaction with an 8-year-old. Her name is Lenora, and we have her dad, Jason, from Tacoma, on the phone.
Hello. How's it going?
Great, man. It was great to see you at the show.
Yeah, so she's super into wrestling now. We took her to the one before last Friday at the costume contest, and she got to go in the ring in her costume, Skeletor, and she was super scared once she got in there. But yeah, no, now she's like really into it. She's like to flip off everybody. That puts her off.
Except for the champion, Casey Rasselhoff. I saw that she was holding the title with him. That was pretty awesome.
Yeah, he makes it a point to pick her up on his shoulders and celebrate his championship defense. So twice now. So I think it's now a thing.
Well, Jason, in case you missed it, we did chat with your daughter, Lenora, who's 8 years old and is adorable. And this is how that went.
Why don't you like me?
Because you're bad.
You were booing me?
Yeah. Didn't you see my signs?
What did your sign say?
I'm not going. Ask my dad.
That's Steve Migs. Lenora. How old are you, Lenora? 8. You shouldn't be saying that word.
I didn't even say it.
But you were thinking it.
Yeah.
I threw up middle fingers. You gave me a middle finger? I don't know what to say, Sarah. This is very disrespectful.
I have never agreed more with an 8-year-old in my life than
tonight. Jason, she is a little spitfire. I like her.
Yeah, yep. She's definitely going to be there. Well, I think December 13th as well. The next one.
Well, thankfully, I'll be on live night, so I don't have to deal with your mean daughter.
Oh, well, I'll still bring the sign and hold it up in your honor.
I appreciate that. At least I'll live on December 13th if I'm not there. No, your daughter's awesome, dude. It reminds me a lot of like growing up as a kid. I'd force my mom to take me to like these local churches where like these independent wrestling shows happen and getting to experience it. Now being on the side of being one of the performers and seeing these 8-year-olds and 10-year-olds enjoying it with their parents, it brings a big smile on my face.
Do you think there will be a time that your daughter gets to watch you in the ring?
If mom has anything to say, no. I'd like for my last ever match, whenever that will be, which isn't going to be too far from within like the next couple of years, if that. I would love for her to be at the final one.
Absolutely.
I think that'd be fun. And if she's flipping me off, then it's like an awesome full circle moment.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about something during the commercial break that we, and by we I mean Sarah and myself, are calling BS on.
Oh, we're going to go there, huh?
Is there such a thing as the man flu?
No what?
We're going to talk about this at 9:50.
The Daily Migs Show.
It certainly seems like everyone is sick.
It's the season.
I have just recently been sick. My kid is homesick. Sarah, I think you've got some sickness in your household.
Yes, both my husband and my father, and they're both the biggest babies ever.
Well, I learned something over the weekend that actually made me now understand why maybe men are a little bit more babies than women.
Because you're the weaker sex?
No, because there's a thing. I was at a party, and I was talking to this dude, Marcus, and he was telling me about the dude flu.
The man flu?
It's actually called the man flu, but he was calling it the dude flu. I'm like, I don't even know what this is. He's like, oh, no, science. And his wife did not look very happy about this story, but she was like all about it. And I'm like, that's crazy. So there's a thing called the man flu. I even went on the New York Times, and there's a whole article about it. And it's called, What is the Man Flu, and Can Men Really Get It? And it talks about how they have weaker immune systems, and there's strong evidence that men are more likely to experience severe infections than women. And I can't tell you more because it's a paywall. So that's about as far as I can get on this. But I did find a news report about it.
Okay.
You want to learn about the man flu and realize that you ladies are wrong and us men are actually dealing with it worse than you are?
Enlighten us, Steve.
Tonight now, the next time a guy gets the flu, you may want to show him a little more sympathy.
A new study shows men actually get sicker than women and suffer more.
Right now, the eye rolling that's happening in this room, Danny, is ridiculous.
I'm pretty sure Sarah's going to cuss you out in about 3 seconds.
I actually more feel like punching you in the face.
Well, learn before you start giving your dad and your husband a hard time. Maybe you need to listen to the news.
CBS 2 reveals the truth behind the man flu.
Are men less equipped to deal with infection? And technically, yes.
The reason, according to the study that was conducted on mice, is estrogen.
They're comparing you guys to mice. Okay, it makes a little more sense now.
Is estrogen, the female sex hormone.
The female mice who produced estrogen activated a particular enzyme, and that enzyme was able to help them fight infection.
Emergency care doctor Jake Deutsch says it may be about...
Deutsch.
I believe anything that Jake Deutsch has to say.
The more this report goes on, the more it just falls apart.
Is this an SNL skit? I'm not sure.
About simple evolution.
There's an idea there that estrogen, which is native to women's endocrine system, is there because part of their role is to be nurturers.
I told you it's because of the endocrine system. I'm telling you this for years now.
Wait, sorry, because of the what?
The endocrine system.
Oh, okay.
Some women say, finally, there's evidence backing up what they already know. Men are bigger babies when it comes to getting sick.
They seem to whine more.
All right, that's enough.
That's
of
true.
that.
They do.
Yeah.
I mean, so the last 2 times the flu hit our house, Brad and Barrett both got it. And,
yes.
the universe spared me so that I could clean up the mess, I assume.
It's because of your endocrine systems.
Brad was in bed for like 24 hours. I'm like, bro, you gotta step out of this bed. Like, let's go. You've done enough wallowing in misery.
I try my hardest. Whenever when I get hit with something, I'm just like, I don't want to be that stereotypical guy. And I'm trying, and my wife's like, it's so obvious you're miserable right now. Just say it. I'm so miserable. I'm sorry, but I am.
What now? Do you have like a go-to, cocktail or something that you take when you do get sick?
Cocktail?
Like, like a cocktail of, you know what I mean? Like an assortment of
Pink Whitney.
That's why I was like, we're just going straight to drinking? That's probably why we're sick in the first place,
like a health
Karen.
and
Nothing makes me feel more healthy than a good old Moscow Mule.
Do you do like whiskey and lemon, or do you drink like Theraflu,
So you're like mocking us for coming up with alcohol things, and your first suggestion is, do you drink whiskey?
Well, codeine, I don't know. Do you have like a go-to?
My go-to is like Sudafed, or one of those 24 or 12-hour, whatever it's like, intense nasal crap. I don't even know what the hell it is.
One that I think might be the king is Mucinex.
Mucinex
is fire.
The Advil one seems to be the one I go to a lot, or the Tylenol one. That one's pretty good as well.
Yeah, I was given my husband Mucinex, and we do a lot of emergency. But for him, it got so bad that I would be like, "Hey, babe, can I make you an emergency or something?" He's like, "There's nothing that's going to make me feel better. There's nothing you can do." And I'm like, "All right, you're on your own, dude."
You could get one of those little snot suckers that they use for kids.
Oh, hell no. Hell no.
I never thought about trying that. I'm going to have to try that. Since Tatum hated it, we still have a pretty much brand new one.
Give it to George.
You can do it for him, Steve.
Well, I guess to go back to that story.
They seem to whine more.
Thank you.
Yes. A teacher is claiming that she was sexually harassed by a 10-year-old that hugs too much. You're going to hear from the kid's mom during the Daily Migs download after Tom Petty.
The Daily Migs Show.
Knowledge is power. So give us 5-ish minutes, and we'll give you, some interesting stuff you can talk about at work. This is the Daily Migs Download,
a.k.a. the DMD.
Here's your daily dose of doings happening in the world.
And we have Ryan Castle in the house. Ryan, I've got a quick question for you.
Sure.
Are you going to bring your Yukon Cornelius costume back to life at Live Night?
You know, that's a good question.
Because you crushed it at the Hullabaloo.
I hadn't thought about it. I might have to do that, yeah.
That's a great way to save money and buy a new costume.
It's true. Although I'm going to be playing drums, and that costume would be very warm under the lights playing the drums.
I made that mistake once when I was dressed as Animal from the Muppets.
I remember that.
It was such a great costume.
Did we open for Rat that night?
I mean, don't ask them because they made it a point to make us not feel very welcome.
That was Motley. That was Vince Neil.
Oh, I thought both of them were kind of.
The Rat guys were okay.
They were okay?
Yeah, Mr. Neil was difficult.
That's what
they referred to him. That's what they referred to him as the entire. Mr. Neil has asked that we clear the backstage area.
Mr. Neil.
We're the opening band. We need you to leave.
I need to get my stuff. Sorry.
Rude.
Yeah. Vince Meal.
Vince Meal.
Wow.
That was the problem. That there was a big open.
No, I get it.
Meal. Bunch of catering, and he was like, I don't want to risk these guys eating it. So
Buffet at Snoqualmie.
Hey, the DMD is brought to you by Palace Law. Yesterday, us Seahawks fans, it was a nail biter, that's for sure, or a knuckle biter for Taryn Daly over here. But Geno Smith led the Seahawks to a dramatic 20-17 victory over the 49ers with a great 13-yard touchdown run that he had, but also an 80-yard drive. Finally snapping that 6-game losing streak against the 49ers and also keeping Seattle's hopes alive for a potential playoff spot, because right now they're tied for second place, granted with everybody in the NFC West, but they are tied for second place behind the Arizona Cardinals, who are in first with a 6-4 record. And good news is you're taking on the Arizona Cardinals this upcoming Sunday, so destiny is in our hands.
Got to get a W.
Yeah, big time. And here's Geno Smith after the game talking to Pam Oliver.
Oh, man, I got to catch my breath a little bit, but it took everybody, man. Everybody played great. Thought the defense was phenomenal. I thought our offensive line played great, man. Olu stepped in there and did his thing. How about it, man? How about it? We needed to get this win, and we did. I think our team, we showed a lot of fight. We showed a lot of heart, especially there at the end, man. It's great. I love when the ball's in my hand at the end of the game, man. What more could you ask for?
You want them on your back.
Yeah, put it on my back. Put the ball in my hands.
He was so fired up. It was great. What a great win.
Let's go, Hawks. There's a teacher in South Carolina who is claiming sexual harassment after a 10-year-old student hugged her for too long. The complaint is currently being investigated, and the student has been put on a strict no-hug policy. Here's the mom, Lindsay, talking about what's going on.
He feels the same way I do, hurt, confusion. I feel like school should be a safe place, and him not feeling that way anymore has him in a world of emotions right now.
I don't understand. 10? I mean, that dude, kids just hug anybody at 10. I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe, you could say, like, hey, can you talk to your kid and teach them about not hugging me or not? But filing a sexual harassment thing seems a little extreme.
Seems a bit strong.
Very much so.
I remember I went to the gym when there's like a little like daycare at our gym, and sometimes it's always awkward. Sometimes kids come over and they just want to like give you a hug. And I'm like, I don't know you unless you're going to spot for me. I don't want you a part of this.
I legit you know what else is cool? Not having kids.
We can solve a lot of problems by not having children. That's a very good point. Kraken can't. They have a problem. That's the New York Rangers. They have yet to beat them ever.
Wild.
I know, it's kind of crazy. Several seasons that they've been in existence now, they still haven't beaten the Rangers, and they lost yesterday 2-0, and that ended the Kraken 4-game winning streak. But they're back at it again on Wednesday against Nashville at the Climate Pledge Arena.
Seattle-Tacoma International Airport is gearing up for a very busy holiday travel season, and they are estimating that 1.5 million people will be expected to pass through between Thursday and November 30th.
Oh, cool. I'm one of those.
Right. Airport officials anticipate the busiest travel day is going to be the day before Thanksgiving, and that day, approximately 172,000 travelers. You know what I've done in the past when I've had to travel? Do it on the actual holiday. Okay. If you fly on Thanksgiving or on Christmas, beautiful.
And if it gets delayed, you don't have to go to the holidays with your family, and that's a win-win.
It really
is. Sit and get smashed at the bar at the airport.
Do you have pre-check, or do you do anything?
I pre-check, yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, you got to try the spot saver, man. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
All right.
But you don't need it if you got pre-check.
No, it's not that bad.
You're traveling very fancy.
Too. I am fancy.
I'm ready to go, and I have pre-check, so... Bunch of braggers over here. Yeah, fancy.
Monday Night Football tonight.
$75 for 5 years. Fancy.
Cowboys taking on the Houston Texans. As far as weather, hitting a high of 45 degrees. It's going to be cloudy today. That is the DMD, and that's what's up.
Ryan Castle is up next with your Morning 12 Fact.
Fancy.
The Daily Migs Show.